So this is my brain. I'm ADHD. This is my normal state of mind every single day, all the time. It's really hard to live like that. I don't know if you were in the talk this morning. We talked about the mental energy it takes to hold all of those thoughts. You can't really run a successful business well when you're like this. So I had a business coach, and she told me that I needed to hire a full-time virtual assistant. I always had office managers or office assistants, but I ended up finding Dean, who was my first virtual assistant. Originally I said to Dean, I'm going to probably be able to do 20 hours a week. And within 3 weeks, it was up to 50 hours a week. Because as soon as I saw what she could do, all of that, the master list you have in your head that someday you'll do, suddenly you can do those things. How do you know when you're ready to have a virtual assistant? If you still work in the field and you're handling all your admin duties, if you're answering calls while you're on a ladder or on a roof, that's a big one. If you're out in the field but you're not able, or you're out of the field but you're not able to dedicate time to sales, you dislike or procrastinate on your admin tasks, that was me. I would take a week to call people back. I needed it. And your family resents you or your business, that's a sign that you probably need some help. The most important thing, if you're starting with somebody, it's email and phone calls, or even just email and data entry. Communication with customers, getting the list of everybody that wasn't called, that hasn't booked for last year, and having them do that. There's so many things that they can do. They can act as a buffer between you and your employees. I don't know if you guys do a lot of texting with your employees, but it's the worst. Because you are the middle person between all of the people, right? You are always the central point of contact, and that's not fun. So my VA would always give them their schedule. If they had questions, they knew they would go to her to ask those questions. I could still see everything though. I was in the loop, but I didn't have to respond. It was not taking up my brain space. But I have a channel in Slack just called Mel's Brain. And it's where I put everything that I'm thinking, because if any of you are like me, and you're always having ideas, if you throw them at your employees all the time, they're not like that. Most of the time they will not be able to handle it. So I'm really open. I understand how I work, and I always talk to my employees about it, because I want them to support me with their strengths, like my weaknesses with their strengths. So there are so many things that come into my head. It can be like, I need a dog trainer. My son has an appointment. What about this customer? I have an idea that I want to write a book about this. It's insane. But I put it into the Mel's Brain channel. And when they come in the morning, or the evening for them, they just put that stuff where it needs to go. Just all the junk that's sitting in your head. When you get rid of that, there's so much clarity.